How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back. So the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale runs through December 7th. And a lot of people know that during the month of November, some people call it the Noirvember. Basically, I think it's something that maybe started like 3 or 4 years ago. But I'm not sure if I've ever done a video like this before, but I decided I was going to do like 10 recommendations. There's actually one I actually had in this on my list that I actually took out because I've never shown that movie before. As far as I'm going to show it next week in the haul video, so I took it out. And I'd like to see obviously in the comments, let me know like some of your favorites, some that I don't mention here. I'm sure that one that I'm going to show next week will probably be on your list. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. If I do, I'll say it's one of those will be in the haul next week. But this is a lot of fun though. I have it. These are not ranked. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can through these. So this first one here is from 1944, spine number 1126. Director is Billy Wilder. The movie's called Double Indemnity. So this one, I haven't watched this one in a while. It's actually, I bought this one on 4K. It might be actually the first Criterion I ever bought on 4K. This one's great. It has Fred McMurray, Barbara Stanwyck, Edward G. Robinson. This is an interesting kind of title. Let me know in the comments. I think this one actually is the first noir, but I could be wrong. It could be something else before this, but one of the really earlier ones. But this one's really great in black and white. Looks great on 4K. Second one here is number 2 here is from 1950, spine number 847. Director is John Huston. And it's called The Asphalt Jungle. This one, I bought this one actually in like July of this year. I think it was during one of the other Barnes & Noble sale back then. I enjoyed this. This one's starring Sterling Hayden. It's great though. They had like a production code back then that a lot of the movies were kind of ended the same way. So it's kind of part of the charm of these kind of movies that you kind of know how it's going to end. Next one here is actually this one's from 1956, spine number 575. Director is Stanley Kubrick. The movie's called The Killing. This one's another one starring Sterling Hayden. I think he did a great job during this time. This one's 56, the other one was 1950. So he was really great in the 50s as far as doing these types of noir type films, both in black and white. But I love it though. Like I said, it's another one where the production code kind of dictated how the movie had to end. I think that like the bad guys have to get their comeuppance, that kind of thing. Next one here is. This one's actually one I've not talked about this one in a while, and I need to give this one a rewatch as well. From 1945, director is I think it's Michael Curtis. The movie's called Mildred Pierce. This is spine number 860. This one, like I said, starring Joan Crawford. She plays a really kind of evil character in this movie, and then I learned after seeing this movie some stuff in her real life with her daughter that happened. Mommy Dearest, I think, is like the book that her daughter wrote, I believe. Just talking about how tough her mother was. She was just I think she may have been like single mother at the time. She really had to be really strict with her daughter. But yeah, this one I was on the movie chatter last night with Stephanie, and she brought this one up, and I forgot this one's technically like a noir film. So I actually replaced the one that I'm going to talk about next week. I replaced that with this one because I thought, this one is a noir. I bought this one in July. Never seen it. It's starring one of my favorite actors. It's from 1975. Spine number is 1255. Director is Arthur Penn, and it's called Night Moves. This one, starring Gene Hackman. Yeah, like I said, Gene Hackman's one of my favorite actors of all time. I think this one was actually announced before he actually passed away, like maybe 2 or 3 months before, I think, and I was already planning on getting in this one. And then he passed away. I think he was like 95. I thought, yeah, I definitely had to get this one in July. I have to get it during the sale, at the Barnes & Noble sale back then. It has let's see, Jennifer Warren. I'm not sure if I'd ever seen her before. It has a really young Melanie Griffith in this movie. Like I said, interesting. This one's considered to be like a neo-noir. This next one's actually another neo-noir type film. 1984. This one's spine number 834. Director is Joe Cohen, and it's called Blood Simple. This one, I know some people, this one's like hit or miss for some people. I think a lot of people have seen like the later, this is like the Coen brothers' first film. I'm sure a lot of people have seen some of the newer ones. think that those are much better quality than this one because it's their first film. But love this one. It has a Frances McDermott, Joe Cohen's wife. Has a Don Hedaya, it's a M. Emmett Walsh. I think he just passed away like a year or two ago. He's great as the villain in this film. As John Getz. I've not really seen John in a ton of movies. I liked him. I thought he was kind of overshadowed a little bit by Frances. Her acting is a little bit better than his. Number 7, this is another great one I had not seen until maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And I couldn't believe it. This is a debut from this director from 1981, Spy Number 691. Director is Michael Mann. The movie's called Thief. This one, starring James Caan, the late James Caan. He just passed away a year or two ago. James Belushi's in this movie. John Belushi's younger brother. Robert Prosky. He was in the movie called Rudy years ago. He played like a priest in that movie. He's really great. I think he may have been like a Chicago actor, and I think he's passed away not too long ago too. But he's great. He plays a great villain in this movie. This one's really dark for filming. Like I said, this is Michael Mann's debut. Number 8. This is another one I had not seen until July of this year, and I bought in the last sale. This one's from 1990. Spy Number 1246. Stephen Frears. The movie's called The Grifters. This one's very interesting. Angelica Houston's in this movie. She's the daughter of John Huston. I mentioned Asphalt Jungle earlier. She's the daughter of John. Has Annette Bening. I've never been a huge fan of Annette Bening, but she is fantastic in this movie. I loved her character in this movie. She said it's so great though. I thought she's really young in this movie, and I think she may have been like 34 at the time. She's really great in this. As a John Cusack. Yeah, like John. It's one of the more serious films he's been in. So number 9, this one's actually from 1951. Director is Billy Wilder again. Spy Number 396. The movie's called Ace in the Hole. I think I talked about this one in the last recommendations video I did, but I thought it's definitely a noir type film. This one's starring Kirk Douglas. Like I said, this one's really kind of dark as far as showing how the media can turn things around as far as shaping a story and just kind of how evil Kirk Douglas is in this movie. Just what he does to get a story and kind of show off a character that's in big trouble. Instead of saving the character, he's got to make it a media event. But this one I need to watch again. It's also in black and white. Like I said, Kirk Douglas, he's done some really great stuff in the collection, like Spartacus and Paths of Glory. Okay, so the last one here is actually one I showed in the last haul video I did. 1945, Spy Number 966. Director is Edgar Ulmer. It's called Detour. This one's only 70 minutes long. It's really easy to follow. It's definitely noir. Just kind of dark. Some of the stuff that the lead actor gets in trouble with. Tom Neal has Anne Savage. She plays a femme fatale type character. Very interesting. Like I said, this one has a special feature on it. It's like an hour, 16 minutes. It has some really, really great stuff. Roger Corman's in it. John Landis, Joe Dante, Wim Wenders. Just it's Peter Bogdanovich is in it. That's really, really interesting, and how they kind of saved this movie. I think I mentioned before, they had a film print from Europe, but it had subtitles on the print. And they decided they couldn't do that. They didn't have the technology to be able to take those subtitles out and kind of color in the image. So it's really strange how they did it. I think they worked on this from 2004 to 2017. So if you think Criterion, if you think they just kind of throw stuff out, after I'm sure newer films they can do that, but older films they have to really take their time and it's like a project that they work on for years until they get it right. So to me, it's well worth picking this one up. Like I said, it's a really easy watch. But like I said, please leave in the comments. Let me know the titles I didn't talk about here. Some I mentioned there, but some give me some recommendations yourself. Let me know some other films. Like I said, I'm going to do a haul video next week, and it'll probably at least one title that you might mention it's going to be on there. There's one really great film. I just watched it like last week. Loved it. So and like I said, I wanted to show it in this video, but I thought I don't want to spoil my when I do my haul video next week. I don't want to spoil it, and somebody would have already seen would have seen it in this recommendations video. So it would have totally ruined it if I had talked about it tonight. So, but it's a great movie, and like I said, I may kind of hint if you let me know in the comments. I may say it's going to be one of those that you just mentioned there. So this is like a lot of fun. Even if you wait until December 7th when the sale ends, you can still pick up these titles. It doesn't matter, if you pick them up in November or not. They're great titles and a great part of the collection. I love black and white films and Criterion. So please, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. Please put a thumbs up on this video.